A mafia boss on the plane suffered immense pain from a chest wound. Suddenly, a cute girl sat across from him. His subordinate tried to stop her but was interrupted by the man, who noticed the girl's trembling hands. Before the girl could take a deep breath, the plane began to shake violently. Despite the pain, the man silently held the girl's wrist until the plane stabilized. The girl opened her eyes, and the subordinate was shocked. How could the notorious boss be so considerate? The girl then noticed the scars on his hand. The man took out a bandage with a pink pattern and gave it to her. Seeing the pink design, he couldn't maintain his cold demeanor. The girl shyly lowered her head, and the man's gaze couldn't leave her. Just as he was about to speak, a flight attendant appeared and took the girl away. As the plane landed, they parted ways. They didn't know their story was just beginning. Before this, Carl had killed the second-ranked local mafia boss and was shot in the chest. His wound became infected, so Carl went to his family's hospital to avoid trouble. Unbeknownst to him, fate was wonderful. In the corridor, they met again, with the bandage the girl gave him still on his hand. Hiccup bandage. This time, Carl wanted to seize the fate that belonged to them. He approached the girl and greeted her, and she responded with a sweet and shy smile. Their mutual love was so simple. That night, they sat together for dinner. The beautiful Annie made Carl unable to look away, and Carl's handsomeness and honesty made Annie admire him. But when he asked why she was there and how long she'd stay, Carl never gave a direct answer. Seeing his slightly serious expression, Annie boldly pulled his face to make him laugh like her. Carl's brother Mike and his bodyguard were amazed, as they thought no one would dare to confront Carl like that. But Carl didn't mind at all and looked at Annie with deep affection. That night, Carl kissed Annie, not knowing it was his first kiss. This was his first kiss, and they fell deeply in love. This love was intense and incredibly romantic, as if it was destined. Annie's presence not only eased Carl's pain but also revived his heart for the first time. He laughed with Annie, grew fond of this new land, and found a version of himself free from the black suit. For Annie, it was the first time she had a man who pampered her. He was steady and strong, always like a guardian by her side. Like any couple, they were inseparable. Ordinary moments turned romantic in each other's presence. Through all seasons, they walked hand in hand, leaving traces of their joy. One day, Annie discovered she was pregnant. While sharing the news with her friend, Carl's brother Mike overheard. He told Annie that Carl was about to go back to handle important matters. To avoid distracting him, Mike hoped Annie wouldn't tell him about the pregnancy for now. Annie, not fully understanding, agreed for Carl's sake. When it was time to part, she believed they would reunite soon, though she felt reluctant. She gave Carl a watch with a photo of them inside. Seeing this special gift, Carl immediately put it on. Facing their first separation, Annie's tears flowed uncontrollably. No one loved the man in front of her more than she did. Annie nodded and agreed, hugging Carl tightly and telling him she had a surprise to share when he returned. The deeply in love couple parted with longing.